That was
David,
my
just listen. You prove your point. Yeah, but I just think what happened is you wanted to prove a point. People calling the P word. So you wanted to prove a point that you wouldn't have your grandkids if you was one of those. But I think it was an honest mistake. You turned that flipping the camera around because you've got to remember there's a lot of weirdos on here. And you saying that, well, if anyone screen records it, they're a P, they're peddlers. But however, you wouldn't want to use your kids in that way to prove your point, do you? You don't want to put your kids out there or have
people can call me what they like. I would never put my kids or my grandkids on here. I don't care what they call me.
If I was on a register, Angie, if I was on a register, what the fuck?
What I'm saying is, you don't want to. David, what I'm saying is, you don't want to prove a point by saying, "Well, I'm not a peddler. Here you go. Here's my kids, and have your kids."
Yeah, here's my kids. Hello, peddlers.
Yeah, here's your kids, and have kids downloaded.
Exactly that.
By some weirdo on social media, because that's what.
Absolutely, and then you got these people like this bitch in the fucking box bringing up my kids.
Oh, it's absolutely disgusting to women.
I think that's a little bit wrong. I think that's wrong, don't you think so?
Yeah, but David, you got to just, not.
It don't matter whether you're a woman or a man, and they're bringing up your kids.
Yeah, but
David,
that
is wrong.
You put your kids on here.
But David, you can have an argument without calling people.
That is wrong.
But David, you can have an argument without going in on people. Do you know what I mean? You just attack the argument, not people. Yeah,
Angie, it don't matter whether it's a woman or a man. If they're bringing up your kids,
you brought up your kids by putting them on here. I've got 3 children and 4 grandchildren. Have you ever seen their faces? No. You brought your grandkids on the app. You.
And you're still bringing my grandkids up.
Because you put them on here, you never should have.
You.
Oh my God! I tell you what, there's nobody has ever infuriated me as much as you have. I swear to God.
My grandkids out. You are the wrong one. You know, if I brought up your kids, you would come at me day after day after day. But you're bringing my grandkids up.
Listen, you can't bring up my kids because I keep my kids and my grandkids private. You cannot bring up my kids or my grandkids because I keep them private. But social media is a dangerous world, and you've put your grandkids all over the app.
See,
right, and that's on you. That is on you.
See, I didn't put it all over the app.
Yes, you did.
Angie's
yes,
live.
You did. You flipped your camera around and you put your grandkids on the app. That is on you.
I mean, listen, I don't agree with people putting kids on to this, especially TikTok. I don't agree with that. But however, people do put their kids on there.
But now we speak about her kids, right? Then it'll be a different situation. But now she's talking about my grandkids because I'm a male. Nothing is.
I'd be saying the same thing to a woman. I would be saying the same thing to a woman. Children do not consent to being on social media. They do not deserve to be put all over social media. I'll ask you a question. Did you ask your grandkids for permission? Did you ask your grandkids for permission to be on social media? Did you? No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
How dare you?
They did not give consent. So goodbye, David.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Oh, he's horrid. Oh, what a horrid man.
I hope you have a fucking good night's sleep. I hope
I have a beautiful sleep. You know why? Because my husband's next to me and my 3 kids are in my house. Night, David. No night, lonely man. No night.
Good night, Karma.
Yeah, mate, I ain't got no karma. My life's full.
Good night, Karma. You have.
Oh, Angie, I can't. I'm going to mute myself. Angie, you coming off now?
I'll just wish karma on you for bringing my grandkids into this podcast.
Do you not understand? Are you stupid? You
brought
your grandkids on the app. You brought your grandkids. Oh, I can't do it. I swear to God, if I was in front of him,
you know, could you partner stupid next to you? It don't mean say, I'm a male.
I don't think anyone's talking about kids or anything at the end of the day. You've done an honest mistake, in my opinion, and that was it. People do put their kids on TikTok, although I don't think they should.
And I've done it to prove people wrong that I'm not on the register, and all I've done was
what I'm saying is, yeah, David, we get what you're saying, but however, you don't want to prove that by putting your kids all over an app.
Exactly that. You don't use your grandchildren to prove you're not on a register.
However, you're not on a register.
Well, however else can I prove that I'm not on the register? However else can I prove that I'm not a peddler?
It's an app. You don't need to prove yourself. If you know you're not on a register, you don't need an app to prove it. And you certainly don't need to put your grandchildren on an app to prove it.
Well, I've proved it because I was at my house in my garden having a party and having barbecue.
David.
Right? And you know what? It's my birthday on the 26th of this month, and my kids, my
David,
grandkids,
will you ever stop talking? Right? I'm going to say this on behalf of the cult. What you said about eternity and Ziana when they were in the box, I'm going to say it on behalf of all of us. You are a wrong'un. Why you're here, bullying women, I'd never know. You're a wrong'un and you're a paedophile. Simple as that. You turned that camera on your grandkids. Simple as that. No parent, no grandparent would ever do that. You did. You did. You'll not understand. Don't even dare with me, I'm telling you now.
Wow, you are a pedo.
The way you talk to women. The way you talk to women. So yeah, I hope you have a good night's sleep tonight.
And then the names you was calling eternity. The names you was calling eternity and Ziana was absolutely disgusting. And if Angie wasn't asleep, you would have been dropped.
You are a pedophile.
Them was disgusting.
Guys, listen, right? David's a troll, right? And yes, he doesn't speak nice to women, yeah? We know that, yeah? You can be a horrible person, David, yeah? With the way you speak to people, like Eternity, Ziana, and other women, right? You do. However, listen, I don't know who anyone is. I can't sit and call him a peddler. Right, yes, he shouldn't have turned that camera onto his children, but I do understand you wanted to prove a point that you're not in the month, but however, you shouldn't have turned that camera on your kids when they're in the garden, because you know what TikTok's like. There's a lot of wrong ones on here. Yeah, but however, it probably was an honest mistake. You shouldn't use your kids in that way. Yeah, because at the end of the day, like I said, if someone has screen recorded it, that will be on you for doing what you did, right? However, it does not mean he's a peddler, number one, and number two, that people put their children on TikTok all the time. And that's what people are forgetting. I don't agree with it. I don't think people should. But people do post their children on here.
Angie, this is why I had to prove.
That does not mean he's a peddler. Yes, he could be a nasty piece of work. You can.
No, Angie, I've never said he's a peddler.
He can be a nasty piece of work. Yes, he shouldn't have spoken eternity like that. He can be a bastard. We know that, absolutely, yeah? But we can't say he's a peddler because he put the camera on his grandbabies, yeah? He was proving a point. Could be an honest mistake. People do post their kids on here. We need to remember that. Just because he's decided to flip that camera does not mean he's a peddler either.
This is why
I've never said he's a peddler. Them words have never come out of my mouth. David, the word peddler has never come out of my mouth.
This is why I have to prove that my grandkids are still allowed in my garden, in my house, right? To prove that I'm not a fucking peddler and I'm not on the fucking register.
David, listen. Can you just
hear that woman call me a fucking peddler?
No, can I say something? Angie, you've never put your niece, right, on a camera. None of us here have ever put our kids on camera. To prove any point, regardless, this is social media. You do not put any kind of children on a social media app, right? Regardless of that anyway, the way he speaks to women, the way he slated you, Angie, all of us, the cult. Now, we will not stand by this man. Simple as that. Sorry, Angie. That's it. That's all I've got to say.
Angie,
I could bear it. You know that night, the way you spoke to eternity on live when you was asleep was absolutely disgusting. Honestly,
exactly.
The way you spoke to eternity.
It's not even that. It's the lies that he's done about Angie. The screenshots he's done about Angie. The way he's gone with Alicia. You know, all them other people who are against Angie. And David ran with because Angie blocked him or removed him from the box. This is why he went against Angie the way he did. So we're not taking it. We're the cult, that's it. You will not win. Simple as that.
He thinks people forget and he thinks people forget and they don't go around the app. We do.
You ain't the cult.
Absolutely. My name TC isn't my name. My name stands for the cult because I go around the app spying. Yeah, so David, look out because I'm keeping my eye on
whatever it is at the top box. I can't say the name, right?
My name's Paul.
Lots and lots of video of her talking about you right, with Alex Brigham.
Who? Hang on. Who?
The one at the top box.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Who am I talking about? I've been in the cult for a long time.
Yeah, and you've also was
Go
mod
on,
for
David. Go
Alex
on, run with
Brigham.
it. I can't wait
You
for
was
this.
also mod for Alex Brigham, remember?
Alex Brigham? I can't stand
Yeah.
that fat fucking mushroom prick.
You was mod for him when
Is he on about me or
Angie and
you,
Alex
Rose?
Brigham
Oh, here he
first
goes,
fell out.
deflecting.
I just want to say one thing quickly.
Listen, I'm friends with most of the cult. Listen here now. I'm
I've
friends
got
with
all the
most of the cult.
videos.
They've
I've
got my
all the
number.
videos,
They've
girl.
got everything on social media. You cannot outdo me. I do not run with anybody
Angie
on this
knows
app
me. I'm the
apart from
FYP.
Angie and the cult. Simple as
I'm
that.
the FYP.
You, David, are a wrong
David,
one. A nice try.
What's Snoopy? Who's Snoopy gonna say?
Right, I just want to say one thing, right? David tried to make a point that he put his
Where did he go?
Wow, he's gone. Why is he gone?
I don't know.
Angie.
Did he get?
But you know what? You've all turned on fucking Angie in your fucking times. 100%, all of you.
Listen, I just feel like people just.
I've been here
people,
for 7 years.
can I just put this out? I think people are just jumping the gun. Listen, he can be all those things. He's horrid at times. Absolutely, you are, David. But however, I don't think we can sit here and call him a peddler because he wanted to make a point, yeah? And because people were calling him a nonce, he made a bad point. Don't get me wrong, he shouldn't have done what he done, right? He has made a bad point, but I feel it's just an honest mistake because he was getting a lot of people saying he was a peddler, which is a damaging word, right? Yes, he shouldn't have done what he does. It does not make... Wait a minute, David, does make him a peddler, though. Okay, he's made an honest mistake, and let's not forget, we don't post our children. I think it's wrong because of the TikTok, because we know what people are on here. However, people do post their children, on TikTok.
Thank you, Angie.
Right, Angie,
I'm not agreeing with you because you have said some horrible shit.
I shouldn't have done it, but I did.
Angie, I was in the live and you weren't looking at the screen. Somebody called him a liar about his grandchildren or something. He said, I'll turn my camera on. He walked into the back garden. The little kids were in their underwear in a paddling pool. I know you weren't looking. Yeah. Them children were in their underwear, a pair of pants in the garden, and he put them on the live. That's why everybody's going mad. And there's also a lady in the chat called Jen, and he's tried to get pictures of her children.
No, that was my grandchild, right? Boys, that was in the store.
You want to protect your grandchild
that was wrong with what you did just, David, but I still
grandchild?
feel it's probably just an honest mistake. I don't think he would be wanting to put his grandbabies, his own grand family on TikTok if he knew what he was doing was, do you know what I mean? If he really knew what he was doing. He just got so, everyone was calling him that word, do you know what I mean? I don't know, that's how I feel. No, that's what I think.
Angie, it was in your life.
I don't think he did it, I don't think he thought in his brain.
Like tonight, there was all coming wrong.
I just don't
On behalf of me and Nicole, David, you're a wrong un. That's it. Goodbye. Take care, Angie. I'll be in the comments.
What I'm saying is, I don't think when what he did, he was thinking in his head because so many people.
David, you're wrong.
Sticking one sec, David. I'm not sticking up. You have said some horrible things. I'm just saying that moment I didn't see it though, guys. You probably weren't thinking in your head, "Oh my God, what am I doing?" kind of thing. You were just probably getting frustrated. Everyone's calling you a peddler, I assume. But the rest of it, then yes, I do agree with what other people were saying with the things that you said.
Angie, it was spared I've never called him a peddler because like now, I'm being called a wrong un now, right? I'm being called a wrong un now in your chat and whatever. It was spared the moment to turn the camera around and prove that I've got my grandkids around me. Right?
Can I just add that you have no grandchild around you, David, doesn't prove anything.
Would not be in my fucking garden.
Right, can we just hear from Snoopy, David? Wait a minute. Hello,
yeah,
Snoopy.
I just want to add, like, him showing his grandchild on social media doesn't prove anything. Children, sex offenders and stuff like that can have supervised contact if a family member is like supervising that, if you know what I mean. And obviously, I don't agree with that, obviously, but they do allow that. So him showing that he's got his grandchild around him does not prove absolutely anything, and that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for letting me speak.
But even, can I just say one thing, one sec, David? Even if he was what you're saying, a peddler, even if he was right, I don't think he'd still want to show his own flesh and blood, yeah, on social media.
Yeah, I get that.
Now you could say about, well, wait a minute, what if he's done something to his own children or something? Well, then he wouldn't be even having supervision. He wouldn't even have supervision. You know what I mean? If he was a peddler, he wouldn't even have probably supervision. Where he can be around his kids and see them so and so. I don't think.
Yeah, I get that, but just
I don't think
all children, no matter what, if there's children on social media, that like no one should be recording and no one should be taking them onto their like downloading their images onto their phones or nothing like that. Like you should, at the end of the day, the least you should do is if you don't want it on there or don't like it on there, message the person or speak to the person directly, or even report the thing. Report it.
If David was doing it to other children, absolutely, I'd be like, what the fuck? Absolutely. But these are his family, his grandbabies, his flesh and blood. He done something, a stupid mistake. He went thinking.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? But people do post their kids on here all the time, you know, and
it's exactly that, and that's all I was wanting to say is like it was a silly mistake that he has done, because at the end of the day, and that's what everyone is like in chat is going at sort of thing, because at the end of the day there is a lot of like out there, and they do allow obviously supervised content and stuff like that, but like he's using that as an like obviously an example hasn't helped him, if you know what I mean.
Oh, it hasn't.
But Angie, that's all I wanted to say anyway. Thank you.
Can I just ask you one question, Angie, then I'll drop. If AB had tried to prove that his children are in the back garden and did exactly what David did, what would you call him?
I'd say the same thing, to be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd say the same thing as to what I'm saying. It's probably not a stupid mistake. If it was other children, that's not his, I'd be like, what the hell? It'd be very different.
Angie,
even if he was, I don't think he'd be stupid enough to put it on social media.
I've done it as proof, and
the chat are saying that them children aren't even his grandchildren.
I wouldn't put my children or my grandchildren fully.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's right that people.
Exactly. No parent, no grandparent, no auntie, no uncle would ever put their kids on social media, especially naked in the garden, whether they've got pants on or whatever. No, you're a granddad. You're supposed to be a granddad. David, back up. You are a wrong and simple as that. The fact that you slated Angie in everyone's live, right, and posted everything that you did about Angie, we are against you. The cult is against you. Simple as that.
The cult know what you are. The cult know what you are.
David, can I ask you a question? Are you just naive or what to what TikTok's about? Because
he's not naive, and please don't believe that he's not naive.
I'm going to answer that question. My grandchildren was not naked. He was my grandson without a top on. He was hot.
There was two children for a start.
Two children, which was both my grandson with no top on.
No, they were in underwear in the pool.
Can I ask you a question, David? Do you realise what you did was wrong?
So, Angie, what I did was wrong.
David, let me ask you a question, Mike, because we're just going around in circles. Do you realise, what you did, to prove a point, which is, what people are saying that you were right, to prove a point, do you think that was wrong, and that was a wrong point to prove? Wrong point to prove by showing your grandparents, because people are calling you the same? Yes or no? David, you're on mute.
Angie, I was wrong for doing that, because I was being called a peddler. I'm on the fucking peddler files and this and that in your chat, and this is why I turned my camera around to prove that if I was on the fucking register and whatever, what the fuck am I doing with my grandkids?
But if I was called a peddler, there's no way on this earth I would turn my camera around on my children all my grandchildren.
Can I just say though, TC?
How can you prove that
One
you're not
sec, David. Can I just say though something really quick? Because I think everyone's just like, I think when someone like David, he's a man, he's being called a nonce, right? So that's probably maybe as a reaction, do you know what I mean? Without even thinking, because it must be horrible to be called a peddler when you have grandbabies, especially when you've got your grandchildren with you, and people are saying you're a nonce, all these kind of things. So it could be just an actual like a quick reaction to think, oh, nonce, oh my God, what the hell are you doing grandbabies, without thinking. And I think people are just jumping on it, and they're actually coming out with this, it was a peddler. Do you know what I mean?
Would your first thought not be to do a DBS check and prove that you've never been convicted of anything?
Well, but what I'm saying is
your new children online.
It's a split second reaction, isn't it? You react I think he's probably reacted so quick that he didn't even think and say, oh, there you go, there's my grandbabies. When he's probably maybe now thinking maybe I shouldn't have done that because my grandkids are on the internet. Do you know what I mean?
When you get accused of things like this and whatever, you try to do your best to prove that you're not a fucking peddler.
Okay. Let me say something. Okay, you've never ever put your face online. Put your face online now. You'll put your grandkids on pictures. You'll put your grandkids online. You'll put your grandkids, right, to prove that you've got grandkids. But you won't put your face there.
Are you stupid or what?
Am I stupid? Put your face on camera. Quick enough to put your grandkids on camera. Put your face on camera.
You're a peddler. Are you a peddler?
Put his grandkids on there. But he
won't. Exactly.
Can you prove you're not a peddler?
Angie, I'm dropping. Can you let Jen in the box, please? It's her baby that you tried to get pictures
I'm sorry, Ange, but she's doing my fucking head in.
Jen, she has requested. Can you let her in the box, please?
You know what I mean?
Bye, David.
There's no one.
Hello, everybody.
I've still got my grandkids around me. But this woman here...
She just sent a gift, Angie.
4 days. You haven't seen everyone move to session.
Can I just put this next because I don't feel that, because I think, one sec, I don't think I feel comfortable with people calling David a peddler, because listen, I don't know anyone on here. Who knows? It could be one of the comments. I don't know, and I don't feel comfortable with it because he's made a split second mistake where he's put his grandbabies on because people were calling him a nonce, and he wanted to prove to people that it wasn't a nonce. It was a mistake that he's made. People do post their children up on here every single day. He shouldn't have done it. He probably knows what he's done is wrong. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think it's right people calling him a peddler.
Can I just say something, Angie?
100%, Angie.
Someone does it because he's made a silly error.
Can you let Sasha talk, please? David. Hi, everyone.
I'm not going to answer any questions now. I'm not going to answer any questions, so don't speak about it.
You know what? I'm not going to ask any questions. All I want to say is, I've spoke to Angie before. However, I've 30 years in my employment dealing with SOs. Firstly, I want to say DBS checks don't mean nothing unless you're convicted of an offence. Secondly, children don't have to be unclothed or clothed for SOs to find them actually attractive. And thirdly, just be careful on here about naming people when in effect there's no evidence. And I do talk from experience. Like I said, I had 30 years as a child protection officer interviewing and dealing with SOs, and that's all I wanted to say. But nobody should be posting any children, whether they're clothed or not, on any internet site, because I've seen stuff where pictures are adapted in all sorts of ways. And that's all I wanted to say, guys.
I think with David, he just made, because everyone's just jumped on, listen, he can be, you can be vile, David, but I think he's just he's reacted to people calling him a nonce. He's reacted in a bad way. That's what I think. I don't think he's a peddler.
I don't think no one's called him a nonce tonight. We've called him a peddler and we've called him a wrong one.
I have never said he's a peddler. I've never said that word. What I'm saying is
exactly
the way he spoke to eternity and
yes,
when he was asleep was absolutely disgusting. Ziana was trying to get him out the box. He wouldn't leave. He was horrific.
Yeah.
Honestly, Andrew, he was awful.
Yeah.
He was really awful.
Who's Jen? She wanted to say something.
Yeah, it's just
Angie, guys, I'm going. I just wanted to say that.
I just want to be here for like 2 seconds because I'm not staying any longer with that.
Thank you.
That weirdo. He tried looking
I don't know what's happening.
for.
I don't know who you are.
So he. Oh, here we go.
David, shut up. And
That's not David. Let Jen speak.
Listen to Jen. Listen.
So you tried looking for pictures of my baby, which my baby is not on social media. I don't know why you tried doing that. You're an absolute wrong-un. I'm currently sorting out my baby right now, so I'm going to get out of the box. But you need to get your devices checked. And, yeah, he's definitely not okay.
Why was he looking for your baby? I don't understand.
I don't know. I had messages saying that, because I put a picture up of my baby scans.
Oh, you can hear it in her voice.
And he just wanted, and...
Yeah, but who's told you this information?
He's like sent messages saying that he was looking for like pictures of my baby. My baby's not on any social media.
Well, I don't understand why, David.
Exactly.
Why were you looking for pictures of her baby? You've sent her messages apparently.
Can you please provide them messages, please? Because I never ever would ask you that question or anything. Can you please provide
there's no reason we need to see receipts. No one should be running with this.
Please send them to Angie, please, as soon as possible, 100% now, please.
Well, excuse me, not 100% now. I'm currently feeding my baby.
Excuse me, do it now. 100%.
I wasn't even going to jump in the box, David.
Do it now on your child.
You're an absolute
you just said that
I know what I said. I know what I said.
Child. Can you send it, please, to Angie right now? Angie, what, 29, Angie?
Huh?
Angie 17, David.
17.
Angie 17, send them now to Angie 17, please.
David, can I ask you a question? Do you have to say Angie for a man?
Bitch. Now send them to Angie right now.
I think we need receipts on that.
Do you have to say Angie for a man? David.
You dirty scrubber bitch.
You're a dirty wrong.
Angie,
can you drop me please before I get blocked?
I ain't even
we can't, we shall, we will.
I'm not even following it. Wow. Angie, I'm not even following that. That is disgusting.
David, can I ask you a polite question?
Can I just say something though? Yeah. Now we know that the things that you come out with, David, right? You know that's what you shouldn't do. Yes, you're vile in many ways, right? With eternity, Zion, all of that, right? However, I do understand why he said to that woman. I'm not gonna lie, because number one, we need to see receipts. We've not seen receipts. Now, if that's not true, she's just come up and said that he's been trying to look for her baby. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I've not seen any receipts. It could be. I can understand someone's anger, right? Because we need to. Why would you be looking for someone's baby? It does not make sense to me. Now, if that is a lie, and I don't know if she's listened to trolls or what, but if that's just a flat out lie, I think that's disgusting because you used your baby in that way.
No, I didn't use it, Angie. This is why I said post the videos, post the DMs, whatever it was.
She's going to send them, and I hope you do, Jen, because we do go.
And you will never receive them,
accusation there. That's something really bad. But another question: why would you be looking for her baby? Do you know who this woman is?
Angie, I'm not even following that person.
Do you know? I just don't understand why you'd be looking for a baby.
Angie, I would never speak of children. I will never speak of children.
You know what it is? What I feel really weird is that she's just come in the box and just said she's looking for my baby, but didn't give an explanation as to why. Nothing. That doesn't make sense.
I'm hated, Angie. I've been hated for a while on here because I've been in your lives for a lot, and a lot of people hate me because, you know, you're Angie. Seriously, and I'm hated by a lot of people in your lives. And here comes eternity. Oh my God.
You're hated.
Oh my God. Eternity.
The things you say. You're hated by the things you say. They're horrible, and it's always to women.
Yes, the things he says, but we cannot sit here and call this man a peddler.
But do I ever speak
No, I've
on
never called him a
children?
peddler,
Do
Angie.
I
I've
ever
never
speak
called
on
him
children?
a
Am I an
peddler, ever.
nasty person on children?
No, I have never called you a
Thank
peddler.
you.
I have got no proof. All I was saying to you was, I have 4 grandchildren, and they're all girls, and there is no way I would put them on the internet. That's the only
Thank
thing
you.
I've ever said. I've never said you're a peddler.
Thank you.
Hi, Eternity.
Hello, Pand, you're right.
Yeah.
I've got a question for David. Well, a question for the whole of the chat, really. Can anybody remember Kay being in the box? I don't know, about 6 months ago, maybe. David asked her if she was 16 and if she wanted to be broken.
What?
Yes, David. I've not got it, but I will try and find it. I'll try my damnedest to find it. I am not lying.
Remember that.
You are wronging. Kay is a
Please,
cult member, and she
we
will.
need that video. We need that video, seriously, because that is sick.
No, Eternity, I do
I'm
remember
putting
that.
Eternity.
Yes, exactly. Kate is always in your chat, Angie, and that's what he said. Are you 16 and do you want to be broken? He's a fucking
We need that video. I remember saying Alicia was probably broken at 16.
No, you didn't.
Oh, there you go
No,
then.
I
Admittance,
do
look.
remember
Why
that
would Alicia
one.
be fucking
I
broken at
remember
16?
saying
There we
Alicia
go.
was
Thank
probably
you, Kate.
broken at
She's here.
16. But
Kay's
can
here.
you, but
It
can you
wasn't
bring that
Alicia.
video up?
I remember that. You did say.
Eternity.
You said that to me.
Eternity. Can you
No,
bring that
David.
video up right
No,
now?
David. Listen to Kay. You've had enough to say. Listen to Kay.
Angie,
You're
can you
wrong.
put
Listen to Kay.
Eternity in the big box?
Kay. Hi, Kay.
Hi, all right.
Put Eternity in the big box.
So I was in the box and I
If you're coming at me, prove it.
One sec,
Prove it.
David.
I was in the box and I told him, saying,
You can just speak up a bit, Kay. I don't know if anyone else can hear.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So I was in the box and I said to him, "You're like a broken record."
Can't hear you. Kate, can't hear you.
We can. We can hear her.
I can't hear her.
Yeah, I can hear her.
So I said, "You're like a broken record," and then that's when he said that to me. Are you 16? Do you want to be broken? Is what he said.
Big box to prove that I said that.
I haven't got it.
So Eternity.
You haven't got it, so what are you accusing me of it?
Because I heard it with my own ears, and everybody else in here can vouch for me as well. You've got the woman who you said it to.
Eternity.
You're not all lying, David.
One sec, David. I do remember something like that.
No, I did.
Did he say you do you want to be broken? Is that was
Yes. Yeah.
No,
Are you
I said
16?
that to Alicia. Angie, I said that to Alicia. I said you was probably
No,
broken.
you didn't say it to Alicia.
That's
Just
what
let
I
him,
said to
do you know what,
Alicia.
TC? Let him talk. He's just admitted that he's even said it to Alicia as well. That's what
Yeah,
fucking kind of
Alicia,
weirdo he is.
that's it.
He's a freak.
me up. I want
Prove
to
that I
meet
said
him.
to a 16-year-old. Prove me that I said it to a
David,
16-year-old.
you always ask for proof.
I want
You
you
always
to
ask for proof.
prove it
Where's
now.
your fucking proof? You
I
are
want
the
you-
most
I
weirdest
don't have
person
to
I've ever
prove
met
it.
on this
It's you
fucking
that's
app.
calling me out on it. It's you
Hang
to
on a minute.
prove it.
Alicia has just put in the comments, he did say it to me, so he said it to more than one girl.
Oh,
Exactly, you dirty pervert.
Fucking hell. The only thing I remember saying it to is Alicia. So who's the rest that I've said it to?
Why would you say
You've admitted to saying it more to Alicia then. So you've said it to
Because
someone,
this
but you've
is-
also said it to Kay.
Angie,
You've also
is what
said
it
it to Kay.
is. You know Alicia, she comes in everybody's
Angie, I
fucking
beg you,
lives.
please get
Where's
there.
an argument?
I beg
Fucking
you.
Alicia's there, right?
No,
Now,
you're just
Alicia
using
said
Alicia there because you
something
know
to
that
me.
they've got animosity. David, stop with your fucking
Alicia said
gaslighting, you
something to
fucking
me,
prick.
and Torian says, "Oh, he was probably Brooke when he was 16." And I went, "No, Alicia was probably Brooke when she was
I'm
16."
sorry, Angie, please, I beg
So I
you. If you
reversed
do
it,
anything
right?
tonight, please
Now,
drop
this
drop
is where
him,
this is coming
please.
from. I don't
Please.
care, man.
We know you don't care.
You don't
If
care?
you got no proof,
Perverts don't care.
don't bring it to the fucking app, you stupid fucking
Here he
bitches.
goes. There you go.
Oh,
This is what he does, and this is what he did to Eternity.
Carry on,
Exactly
David.
how he
Just because
started
you're being
with
outed for
Eternity.
what you are, you're a dirty wrong'un, David.
I haven't said.
Go on,
And you
David.
got
that
no
video,
proof.
yourself.
Eternity.
Angie, we don't record when we're in the boxes. You know what I mean? You don't think to record. He definitely said it, 100%. Hands on heart.
I remember something like that.
If everybody be quiet, right, you're going to see the true David. He's this.
Well, go in a big box and prove it instead of talking about it. Stop talking about it.
You get in the big box with your face on.
Can I just
You
say
get in the big box with your face on.
I don't need to go in a big box.
One
So I got
sec,
nothing to
David.
prove.
Shut up, David. Can I just say something? Yeah, listen. I know, because I remember something like that he said, yeah. Listen, you have said disgusting, vile things, right? You have.
Yes.
Right? And the things you've done, people might say, well, they're questionable. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying you're a peddler. I don't think other people should say you're a peddler. That's something completely different. However, you have said vile things towards women.
Yep.
And you shouldn't be got on this app saying all this shit that you're coming out with. And this is why people have an issue with you. This is why people are calling you a wrong one.
And
he's also said it to young girls. He's also said it towards young girls as well. Young 16-year-old girls. They're fucking pervert.
Exactly, eternity. I agree. I've seen him in other people's lives. He's disgusting.
At least you brought my grandkids up in the garden, and there's something else.
No, you brought your grandchildren up in the garden because you turn your camera around.
My grandkids up. Shut the fuck up, you.
No, I won't. I absolutely will not.
You know, guys, you brought
your
grandchildren to this app by turning your camera around.
One sec, guys. This Jen wants to send evidence, right? I need to know that this is from David. It's not.
I want some evidence in this live, Angie.
One sec, David. Okay, can you send it to Lucifer Angie's 17 account?
Angie, you can't blame the app for bringing his children or his grandchildren up when he turned his camera around. He brought the grandchildren
I never said anything
about Angie, any evidence.
David, not everybody can be wrong. You've not got this many people coming at you.
You're going to be fucked up now,
Can you,
no, you're fucked up. You're fucked up. Where's your wife?
No, the FIPs are all coming through now.
He's awful. Ugh.
Eternity.
You know what? My granddad would be turning in his grave.
1 minute. TC, 1 minute. TC, 1 minute. Let's hear what the fucking wrong one's got to say. Go on, Pred. Talk to me.
Oh, why are you giving
can we not call him a predator?
Well, no, Angie, he's calling me a fucking bitch and all sorts, so I'm going to come back at him.
It's eternity.
No, it's eternity, right?
I don't want anyone, people calling pedlos. We don't know about pedlos. I just don't, you know what I mean?
Well, tell him to watch his fucking mouth for me then, and I'll watch my mouth.
Eternity is mess with kids. Did you know
that? There you go. He's told. There you go. Do you know why he said that? That's what's in his thoughts.
You are.
That's in his thoughts. You're fucking wrong, David. Go twiddle your sausage, rabbit.
No, Angie, please.
Yeah, you are.
Please stop David.
I heard that you
because he did the same to Eternity 2 weeks ago. Please drop him. I beg you. Please drop David.
David, you can't be coming out.
I wouldn't even bother TC. Let the old app see what it's about.
No, but Angie's boxes are going to get banned. I'm sorry. Please. Go away, David, please.
Angie, I'll get accused of everything, but as soon as I accuse them of something, it's different. Is it because I'm a man?
You don't accuse. You violate. You're horrible. You're horrible.
But I'm not trying to be horrible. I'm trying to prove a point.
You want to go live. You want to go live from Angie's platform. You want to get the clout from Angie's platform.
I don't want to go because I never go live.
Because all you say in your videos is, "Oh, I'm going live. I'm going live."
I never go live.
You're using Angie.
So
you're using her. You're using her. Get out. Get out!
Back in your mouth and speak
listen, guys, stop, please. It's a box. I'm not on a date with the bloody guys.
Angie, you know I don't go live.
I'm trying to wait for this evidence about this woman, Jen, and I want him in the box so I get the evidence.
Angie is using you.
Angie, you know I don't go live, so I'm not a cloud chaser or anything
Angie,
at all.
he goes live.
Yeah, I know.
TC, TC, please, just let him fucking throw himself under, because that's what he's doing. He's a
I
wrong.
can't because I wish I was in
I
front
still
of
haven't
him.
got
No,
the
it's okay,
receipts
you
of this,
pedlar.
Gingy.
It's okay, you
No, 'cause
pedlar.
I
You
want him
can
to
talk about me.
explain. I want him to explain when she brings the receipt. She said she's going to send it on 17. So can you send it? I wanted him to stay in the box so he can explain of these receipts that I'm getting. But I'm still waiting for them. So if you can send them to Delusive Angie 17, Jen.
You'll find out eternity touches kids.
Oh,
No, you
David,
can get no,
There
Angie,
you
get
go.
gone now. Go,
Angie, I'm
please.
There you go.
sorry, off
Gone.
That's the man of the
eternity.
hour.
Go,
That's
go,
the
go,
fucking
go,
I'm
Rogan.
backfiring.
Gone.
oh,
I'm backfiring
Angie,
it.
block him,
Sorry.
please.
You talk
Well
about
done,
No,
David.
that's just.
Everyone applaud David.
No, we're not applauding
That's what
him.
that's his
blocking him.
mentality, guys. Please listen. That's his mentality. All he thinks about is touching kids because he's a fucking wrong'un.
He is. He absolutely is. And the way he spoke to you that night, you know, granted.
I don't
Angie
give a
was
shit
asleep.
about that. I'm not even going to
No,
lie to you. I
but
don't give a shit
Angie
about
was
that. I'll
asleep.
fire back at him.
No, you did, and you know what? I loved it. But
have
Angie
you
was
got the
asleep.
receipts for that, Jen? I'm still waiting. Delusive Angie 17, send them to that one.
Horrible man. Ugh.
Jen, message me as well and I can pass them on to Angie.
What you say? I won't let me. It won't let me send screenshot. I got.
Have you got them?
I'm gonna jump
If she
out the
DMs
back
me, I'll give her my number. She
Oh,
can
thanks,
give me
Kate.
on WhatsApp.
and that's disgusting and just feel yeah. But I'm
Oh,
going
he's
anyway.
awful. He's absolute. Ugh.
See you later.
Kay, before you go, was
Yeah.
that correct what he said to you?
Yes,
Ugh.
Thank you.
because I went quiet after that. It affected me. It did affect me, to be fair.
Yeah, I want to meet him face to face. I do. I really do. He's disgusting.
But yeah, I'm gonna let you go. Stay in the comments.
Please let him in for screen recordings. Well, because of what he's coming out with. I just want to see these messages.
Kay, she's gone. Kay, message me if you need me, babe.
Do you know what,
Please
Angie?
put him back in if he's in the box.
I was going to say, if you let him in, there'll be screen recordings and people will see him for who he really is. Because he is disgusting. He is awful.
TC, you got to let him talk. TC, you've got to let him talk because he's thrown himself under every single time.
I know, I'm going to go on mute, so I'm terrible for arguing.
With a lot of people, they say this is the problem with a lot of people. Drop him. But then
No.
you want him to do it. Do you know what I mean? And let him talk, and then.
I'm going to go on mute.
Guys, I'm
I
not
wasn't saying
chucking
to you,
myself
TC, I
under
was
the
talking to the
bus.
comments, by the way.
At the end of the day,
So, TC, I wasn't saying that to you, by the way. I was saying it to the comments.
Angie, I'm not chucking people under the bus. At the end of the day, people are calling me in this live right now a peddler, everything under the sun. So I'm firing back by saying, you know what? You're a fucking peddler as well then. There you go.
David,
Simple
I
as.
didn't call you a peddler, but you are
No, not
an
you,
animal.
not you,
Whether you
Eternity.
said it about Kay or Alicia, you said
No,
that a
Eternity.
16-year-old got broken in. A 16-year-old child, you fucking animal.
How did I say that?
You've just said that you said it.
To Alicia, who's 35,
Yeah, but you said it about her as a 16-year-old.
and she's
And did you not also
35.
say that she must have been groomed to have been broken in? And did you
Did
not
I
also
say
screen record
did I say
Michelle's live so
did
you
I
could try
say
and get pictures of
grooming?
her son?
Did I say grooming? Did I mention her son? I didn't even know she got kids.
I said, Michelle, you tried to get pictures of her son.
Oh, Michelle's already on my
No,
other
guys, Michelle, listen,
profile.
guys, you're running. This is what I'm trying to say. What you're doing? What's the matter with you people? Is this something like what you're running?
This is
One
what
sec.
it's all about.
One sec, David. One sec, please. You're running. You run with things. You run, and next minute you're taking off with a lot of crap. Michelle's son didn't show his face. You know, I'm not saying that's right. It's not, but he didn't show his face. David said it was wrong with that. Putting a child on camera. But I mean, to be fair, you've done the same thing though, David. But people are just running, and next minute he's just peddler. He's not. Stop with the peddler. But what you're coming out with, I understand what you're saying, David, right? what you're coming out with is not okay because you're talking about children. But you're sitting here saying because everyone's calling you a peddler, you're saying it back to them. Is that correct? But, I mean, you know what I mean? It's just the way you're saying it.
Angie, this is what it's all about.
I can understand if you want to call them a peddler back, but it's the way you're saying it, it's the detail. Do you know what I mean?
I haven't called him a peddler. But Angie, let me just ask you something.
I don't think people should be running with that someone's a peddler. We don't know.
Angie, I know it's a horrible thought, but I'm sure your niece is in her early teenage years. Imagine if a full-grown man spoke about her at that age in that manner.
I've already told people I don't have a niece.
Well, an hypothetical family member then. Imagine a full-grown man spoke about her as a 16-year-old in that manner.
Angie, let me speak, right? So imagine your niece, right, was 13, 12 or whatever. Right,
no,
hang on.
Don't you dare put my niece in this
let me just
situation.
Imagine.
Don't put my niece in here.
All right, okay. You imagine you're going alive and there's a 12, 10, 9-year-old kid in a box live, right? Not with the mom, but in the live. The mom is the host. And people are gifting this fucking kid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Michelle, that's a completely different situation, I think. Because I said the same thing. I didn't think it was right that she put him in either.
But this is what I'm saying, Angie, that is wrong. So turn your gifts off. If you want to bring your children into live boxes, turn your gifts off and turn your fucking privacy off. So only people that know you can join your boxes. That's it. And these people.
But again, David, what's the obsession?
And these people.
Again, David, what's the obsession with children?
I'm not being a peddler. I'm being a fucking.
What's the obsession?
What's the obsession? So are you happy? Are you happy for putting your kids in boxes and letting strangers gift them? So what's your obsession?
We're not, David. We're not talking about.
No, you can't.
I've got an obsession because my kids.
You can't answer.
Right,
there you go.
Can I just quickly say something? Listen, right, Michelle, she put a kid in a box once, right? I thought that was wrong. I commented on myself. You saved the video, did you not? You saved and posted it and said it was wrong, right? Did you do that, David? That's what people were talking about. That he screen recorded it. But I'll say it again. I'll always say it, right? It's down to the parents' responsibility. If you're putting your kid on screen, that's your responsibility. No one else's, okay? However, people that screen record it, this is weird. I don't know why people do that. However, that responsibility lays with the parents. Because I tell people all the time, don't put your kids on TikTok. There's so many wrong ones on here. You don't know who's saving it. You don't know who's recording it. However, she didn't put her son's face on camera or anything like that. So I thought it was wrong myself. But that one's been squashed already, okay? But when you're in the garden, people coming at you, right, David, calling you a peddler and all this kind of thing. You had a split. You reacted really quickly. You took you flipped your camera around, put it on your kids. You shouldn't have done that because there's a lot of wrong ones on it. You know that, right? I assume that, but you shouldn't have used your children in that way, to prove your innocence, right? But however, that could have been an innocent mistake. You shouldn't have done it. End of. But however, you do come up with the vile things. What you said to Kay about something about 16-year-old or something things like that is not okay. You know what I mean? These are why people are questioning you. These are why people are coming at you because of what's coming out of your own gob.
And what you said to eternity.
I'm not going to sit here saying you're a peddler, okay? But obviously people are going to come at you, say that you are because of what you're saying.
Angie, Millie is in the box. It's Tori and David mentioned her.
But I'm trying to do awareness, Angie.
No, David, I've never called you a peddler, but the way you speak to women is absolutely disgusting.
That is different. We're not onto that. We're not onto that.
We are onto that.
About you,
David, why are you talking about me?
Women come at me and I go at women, so it don't matter. Men come at me, I go at men. I don't care, but this is something different.
The way you listen,
David, you're obsessed with people's kids. Stop talking about people's kids. You're obsessed.
Exactly. And the way you talk to eternity was disgusting that night.
He's obsessed. If a child is on live with their parent, what's that got to do with anyone? You can have your opinion or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's got nothing to do with you. You're obsessed, and Alicia has got the recording.
right?
Honestly, send it to me. I'll come to it.
You know what? I don't know what the difference is.
These are people that
Hang on, David. What is the difference? What is the difference? What is the difference between having your child on camera and having your child on the mic? Tell me what the difference is.
So you're okay with your child on this app?
Exactly. I don't have my kids or my grandkids on camera. Never will.
On camera. But are you out?
Once they're going around in circles, people post their kids every day. I don't think it's right that people.
I can't. I wouldn't.
People do post their kids on here. So when people you shouldn't have done that, I don't think he should have done that. No, but I think it was an innocent mistake in my eyes. I do, and I'm not. It might not be. Who knows? But I think
it was the car.
Angie,
people should be calling him peddlers and things, but he does have a vile mouth. Absolutely.
Angie,
I turned my camera around. I didn't.
Oh, shut up a minute, David. Listen, Angie, I've just sent you what I've been sent.
Yes, eternity.
Angie, I turned my camera around.
David.
I did not put them on their own.
I would never turn my camera around on my kids or my grandkids. Never. People want to call me something, call it me. I don't give a shit. I am not that person, so call it me all you want.
You know what? Talking like that.
No, shut up. Why would you use your children or your grandchildren?
Talking like that. People have probably already gone through your Facebook.
Shut up.
People have probably already gone through your fucking Facebook.
Yo, you know what? You know what's so funny? I have never had Facebook.
Never have I.
I ain't that desperate for fame, babe. Not like you. Not like you. I have never, ever had Facebook, Instagram. The only thing I do is TikTok and Angie. That's it.
Yeah, the only thing I've got is TikTok and DMs. That's it. That's all I've got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So any DMs come through to me.
We have these receipts shit from this gymmer.
I don't bother with all this fucking and you got things where you go into chats and whatever. I don't bother with all of that.
Angie, I don't know what in the comments why, but it's coming up with TC is. Hang on, let me just go there. TC is Sammy Savile's mod, right? I've been with you for 3 years. I've supported you for 3 years.
That's probably Alex Brigham.
I don't care who it is, but I am not that. I just don't agree with children being plastered over Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I don't agree with it. So no, I am not that.
Absolutely. You know what, guys? We've had a fucking excellent night tonight.
That's you, David.
TC stands for, and I didn't want to say it because I'm a spy.
Me, guys.
Hang on. Shut up.
Is this you, David?
And I'm not going to bring up any fucking thing else.
TC stands for the cult. I am a spy for Angela.
Bring up the cult.
My name.
That ain't me, Angie. That ain't me.
There's not many people know that, but TC stands for the cult.
That definitely ain't me.
Of course it isn't.
Definitely not me.
I replied to you, Eternity.
Eternity, you're dangerous.
I think the bottom line is, I think you just, you can be vile, and you just gotta, because people are gonna question you.
No, David. David, I'm not dangerous. I'm just fucking one up on you.
You know what?
I think Eternity needs a train.
Eternity, have you noticed all the
That's gone.
AB fans are in here now?
She's gone. I didn't report it, guys. I didn't report it.
Why is everyone saying to drop TC?
No, don't, Angie. I promise you. My name is TC because I'm TC. My initials stand for the cult.
What does TC mean?
The cult.
I don't have a second account. I don't have a backup. This is my only account.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just wondering why everyone's saying to drop you. I mean, I don't.
Because they don't like what I say. Because I defend you.
She's just talking too much. TC, shut up for a minute, for fuck's sake.
Okay, you know what? I'm listening to Eternity.
Hello, who's this?
Eternity, have you got any more problems with me or not?
You are the problem, you fucking knobhead.
And then you wonder why I can't shut up.
Okay, nonce. That's what you called me earlier, wasn't it?
Angie, see, did you hear that?
That's what she called me earlier. When she come in the box, she called me a nonce.
Guys, David, stop throwing that word around. Everyone just stop throwing that word around, man. What the hell?
Absolutely, Angie, and I'm not. Definitely not.
P-R-E-D.
Is that what you are, a pedo?
Bread.
Is that what you are, a pedo?
Don't come with me, mate, because I'll get you. Fucking watch.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to look up your IP address. I bet you are a fucking pedo.
Hey.
Only nonsense do that, David.
Are you single?
Why is everyone obsessed with that word?
Unfortunately for you, no.
Are you single with no kids?
Angie needs to go.
Guys, why is everyone obsessed with that word?
You would be surprised with my background.
Why do I need to go? When Eternity's just call me a pedo.
Carry on.
Why do I need to go?
No, you just... Oh, do you know what, David? Oh, just look over the shoulder once in a while.
Okay. To me, I'm a pedo.
David, yeah? The thing is, people are questioning you because of the things you're coming out with your own gob.
But am I? Angie, am I? Are you going to kick me out because of it?
It's
David. Are you going to kick me out?
Well, it's what's coming out your gob. You know, what you said to Kay.
But Eternity just spelled it out that I'm a pedo.
No, we can't be saying that.
No, she spelled it out, Angie. She spelled it out that I'm a pedo.
No, we can't be saying that because that's a damaging
You
word.
called me... Did you not call before?
Guys, we can't say... We can't call
Did you not just call me...
Guys, we can't call people that's damaging.
Angie, she spelled it out that I'm a pedo. Right?
You can be violent sometimes.
The mysticness, I know who you are as well, so shut the fuck up.
There's no proof that I'm a pedo, but yet she spells it out.
Guys, there's no evidence that there's David's no pedlo. Do you know what I mean? I think you go round about things the wrong way, though. Do you know what I mean?
It's like I was speaking to, oh God, what's his name? Pope, Black Pope. He told me that Eternity used to work on the streets in Leeds on the corner.
What the fuck?
So she wants to go there. Let's go deeper.
I used to be with her. What are you talking about, David?
Well, she got quiet now, ain't she? She up near her gob.
Yes. The hell?
Let's bring Black Purple.
Yeah, I'm still here, but my internet's breaking up. You know, McDonald's Wi-Fi and all that.
I just don't think we could be throwing that word around.
David, don't even start on me, mate.
David,
just watch over your shoulder.
David, he has said some false shit. Yeah, we can't deny that he has. Yeah, but we can't be throwing that he's a pedlo because he flipped his camera around because everyone was calling him a nonce. Which, in my opinion, it could have been just an innocent, just spare the moment, innocent mistake. You know, people put their kids on every day. You know, Michelle, I had my opinion on that as well. So, David's had his opinion. I've had my opinion. I don't think she should be a kid.
Yeah, but Angie, can
But the things that you have come out with is not okay.
Words so don't.
Can I ask you a question, right? Was you in Leeds because Black Pope says you used to work on the corner of the streets?
Who, me? Leeds?
No, Eternity.
He's trying to...
Yeah, what are you talking about, David?
See what I mean? He's trying to...
used to work the whole of London.
You're a fucking wrong.
So what I mean?
We're big in London. We're big in London, man. What are you on about?
See what I mean, Angie? Words can get twisted.
Now, Angie, can I talk, please?
Yeah.
Angie, can I talk, please?
Yeah.
Right, there's comments in the chat, right, that this person, I don't know, I think it's Jimmy Savile's mod, and I'm not.
Jimmy Savile,
you mean Sammy Savile?
Yeah, whatever it is, I don't care. I'm nobody's mod, right? I watch you.
I did an exposure on him once, I think Sammy said. I
don't even know who he is, right? All I'm saying is, I only watch you. When I watch you...
Why are they saying that?
No, but when I watch you can check it. When I watch you, I have to listen to my husband breathe. It annoys me. When you're not on, I have to listen to my husband breathe, and it annoys me. What I'm saying is, I am no one's mod, nobody's mod. I watch you and you alone. I watch Zach in the morning, then I watch you, and then I'm off. I don't know what's going on. There must be another TC, but I promise you, I am no one's mod. I'm in no one's chat at all.
I love Zach. Zach's cool, to be fair.
So I don't know why.
David, you know what? It's your mouth, though. The things that you come out with, that's why people are questioning it. You can't really, if you're coming out with about things about kids and things, and I know you said it's because eternity, or someone said it to you, you said it back to them, but sometimes it's the way you say it, man. I can understand if you called that person
Angie,
a pedo,
can we just
although I think
rephrase
it gets
that?
thrown around all the time. I can understand if you said that, but you kind of the way you said it. Do you know what I mean? You are the problem where people are questioning you because of you're the one coming out of it. Do you know what I mean?
Right, Mr. Mouse, the same receipt. So, Mr. Mouse, go on to Jimmy, whatever his bloody thing is, and check out his mods. I am not a mod for anybody.
My mouth runs faster than my brain, so whatever comes out of my mouth, I don't think about it.
Stop talking, David. Stop talking on kids and shit like this.
Angie, I only speak on kids if they're wrong.
Such a shame your wife's left you.
Yeah, but you don't need to. Just leave it. Leave it for other people, because the things you're coming out with, do you know what I mean? And
you are Sammy mod, stop lying, you wrongin'.
No excuse for it, Angie, to be honest with you.
Angie,
okay, I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone.
No, David, can I ask you a question? How old are you? David, how old are you?
Man, I'm 56 next week.
So you're 56, yeah. So, so listen, as an example, do you think it's right? What did he say to Kay again, Eternity?
She said, you're going on like a broken record, and he went, are you 16? Do you want to be broken?
What?
Word the word. Exact word.
Yeah. Can you do you think that's acceptable to come out with that, David?
I can't get the proof. But I can't get the proof because I didn't record it. I know what I heard, and other people heard it too.
Your filthy fucking mouth is right there.
No, but you did say something like that, David, because I was there, but I can't remember exactly what it said.
I said to Alicia, you was probably broke at the age of 16. That's it.
There you go.
That's the only thing I said. Not what this fuck is saying down there, this eternity bit.
It's a terrible thing to say.
So Kay's lying, and so's Angie. Angie heard it for herself.
Fucking brain, man.
No, you're a filthy fucking man.
But David, why would you mention a 16, the age?
Yeah, exactly.
Angie, you know, when I was 17, I went with a 16-year-old girl, right? Was she a virgin? No. And I was 17.
Do we need to know that?
Right?
Why do we need to know that?
The reason I said you're probably broke when you're fucking 16. Seriously. Fucking hell.
Roadman talk like you're broke. Are you for fucking real?
This eternity down there probably ain't fucking a victim.
Yeah, but David, listen, Kay, I don't know how Kay is, but however, you're on social media, you're on social media, one sec, David, you're on social media, 56-year-old man talking about 16-year-old.
Oh, no.
Being broke. He just said it in his own words, broke.
No, Angie, drop him, please.
You know what I mean? Sure. No, one sec. So do you get where people are coming from, David?
Angie, when I was 17, I went with a 16-year-old girl, and she wasn't a virgin. She wasn't a virgin.
Why have you got to boast about taking a 16-year-old's virginity, you weirdo?
You know what I'm saying? Now if I was 20, 25, 30, and I went with a 16-year-old, that would be fucking wrong, wouldn't it?
But can you see where people are coming from, David, when you're talking about kids?
That would definitely be wrong.
Yeah, but can you see where people are coming from, David?
Okay, so if I was 16...
Wait a minute, David. Can you see where people are coming from? You're constantly talking about children in that way. Yeah? Yeah, in that way.
If I was 16 and I went with a 17-year-old girl and she was not a virgin, would That what Philip saying?
Oh, you just gotta, you know what, David, honestly, because. And what's this about Tony? What have you done with
So you
Tony?
can't tell me you
I'm
never had a
getting messages.
boyfriend when
One
you was
sec,
a kid.
David. I'm getting messages about Tony as well. What you said to me? You called him a pedlo hunter. Some people are saying you called him a pedlo. What did he say, Eternity, about Tony?
When he was talking about Michelle's child being on live, he referred to Tony having his children on live as well. So he like put them together, that he's just as bad, basically. Big Jamie, sorry. Tony's brother, not No Face, what is it? Big Bond. We all went crazy at him, Angie.
And pictures of his own kids on live, which is absolutely fantastic because they're not in a live box.
No, you said that he's just as because he puts his children on photos as well.
You are the filthiest.
No, I won't shut my mouth because I'm going to tell you how it is.
On this fucking app, you are David. A fucking dirty, filthy bastard. You fucking stinky fucking mate. You get out.
Don't drop him, Ange. Don't drop him. Just let him carry on. He's a cunt.
Oh, sorry, I've already done it. Didn't you want me to drop him now?
There you go. He literally was going mad about Michelle's child and saying that Tony was no better putting his children on camera. And Tony will tell you himself because Tony's gunning for him.
Is he still gunning for him, Tony?
Well, I've not seen Tony for a bit, but that night he was gunning for him, and Big Jamie come in tonight as well while David was in the box.
Who's this Laura Murphy? I recognise him.
And I will come every single time. Every single time that David's chatting shit, I'm going to come every single time and remind everybody what he is.
I don't.
What? Can I ask a question? Why did you let that guy in your box for so long?
None of your business.
Why? Just the question. Eternity.
And then my reply is none of your business.
Okay, so why then did you not protect Eternity?
With what?
With the way that he was speaking to her.
Well, to be fair, she did call him a pedlo.
No, he started on her. You didn't even protect her.
Why do I have to protect people?
Because they pay and give you money and everything else.
Why do I have to protect people in my
box? Part of the cult.
But she can defend herself, Eternity.
Yeah, but you've got everybody in your chat, haven't you? Eternity, I will say, right, I agree with you sticking up for yourself 100%. But the fact that woman enabled that man to that point where it was actually frustrating you and triggering other people in the chat is...
Oh, I just kicked him out and then you want him back in, so make your mind up.
I never said I wanted him back in. I asked why you let him in there for so long. Grow up.
That's none of your business.
No, because you do it for your fucking views.
I did say to keep him in.
Bye. It's no one's business, my platform. I do what I bloody want. Sorry. Next.
Look, if I did think I could handle him, I wouldn't be in the fucking box. I can handle that fucking
See, people think, yeah, they don't want to put this in a box. Oh, I'm scared to put this person in the box because they're going to think this and that of me. Or, it's like you're going on a date with someone or you're going out for the coffee. It's a goddamn TikTok app that's in a box. In a box. Yeah, you all want to shout there. What you do is shout there. You're a beast, you're this, you're beast, you beast, you beast. And you don't let the person talk, where they actually just end up just giving, it's like, you can give somebody enough ROP and they end up doing it to themselves in some ways because they keep talking and talking. In some ways, they're actually exposing themselves over. And I'm not saying that's listen, they kind of like expose themselves over and over again. But you don't want the person in the box, but obviously there's going to be screen recordings, right, of what comes out of his mouth. So he could never, ever deny what he said and some of the things he said. You can never die either. You know what really makes me angry about this?
That's why I said
you've got somebody in here. This really pisses me off. You've got somebody in here that said something, right? It's been accused of something, and you've got other people talking over the person. You've got them talking over. I don't want to fucking listen to you. Tell me when the person that's been accused has finished talking, because I don't want to hear you. Because why do I want to hear you? Because I don't want that on screen recording. I want him on screen recording. I want that person. So then you can maybe, it just makes me so mad.
Angie?
Yeah?
Can I just say something, please? And it's really...
Can I just finish this, though? Can I just finish what I'm saying? Yeah. I've had this before. I've had someone in the box, yeah? And someone will jump in the box and start having to go at him, right? So you can't actually hear what the person that's everyone is calling maybe perhaps a wrong and has got to say. You're listening to that people where they want that recognition. Big up this person, big up that person. Yes, you tell them. But all we're listening is to that person telling them. We're not actually listening to the person that's you're calling a wrong-un. We're not listening to what he's got to say, where he's saying probably the most vilest things on social media that you can actually screen record and keep. And actually doing the actual exposure on the person. No, we haven't got him talking. We've got actually other people telling him about himself, calling him all the names under the sun, yeah, and all of that kind of thing. That's what you got on recording, yeah? You haven't actually got the person that you're saying is a wrong-un on screen recording, because everyone else wants to talk over him.
Can I just say something, please?
Oh, what's happened?
I've never modded. Everyone's saying it's for someone I haven't.
Huh? Oh, with this Sammy, I don't know. I think that started off with trolls, guys. She's not a mod for...
I'm not a mod. I'm not a mod for anybody.
Yeah, I didn't expose you on that guy once.
I'm not a mod for anybody. And everybody's coming back for me now saying that I'm a mod for somebody called Sammy and I've not even followed them. And now everybody's coming for me. I'm not a mod. I promise you. I don't know who it is. I don't know what they've done. But I promise you, if they've got the same initials as me, I'm not a mod. So I promise I'm not a mod.
TC, don't let the chat get to you. Just ignore them.
Nobody's the same initials.
Well, you can actually swipe left, is it right, or something to get the comments off.
Nobody's the same initials, apparently, and I've never modded for that person. I've never done it. I don't even know.
Just ignore the comments. Honestly, just ignore the comments.
No, because they've just started on me, and I've never modded for them, ever.
TC, listen, if you're going to be here, then you're going to have to take all this shit. Just ignore.
Yes, I know, but you know, when you've got like 100 comments and messages coming through, I've never modded for them.
Honestly, don't worry about it. Just ignore the comments, TC. Because it's trolls. It's just the trolls.
All I do is wait for you to be live, and that's it.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
I hate to feel weak, but you know, when they're all coming at you all at once. I've got 3 kids and 4 grandchildren. I ain't modded.
Do you want to go back into the comments, TC? Are you okay in the box if they're upsetting you?
I'm going to have a cigarette and I'm going to go on mute.
Oh, okay.
You'll be
just ignore the comments.
Don't worry. Just ignore the comments.
A lot of them are just trolls and just people following suit. No, you're not no more that person's
I don't go live, I don't post videos, I don't post my grandchildren, I don't post my children. I just watch you and then everyone's coming at me. I don't know what I've done.
No, you haven't done anything, honestly, don't worry about it. Yeah, but listen, if you want to...
It's just been a mad half hour.
Yeah, but don't worry, honestly. Just ignore them, they're just trolls. Honestly. Yeah, but as I was saying is, what was I saying before? Yeah, this TikTok made me laugh. Why did you have him in the box so long? You'd think you're going on a date with the person or something. What? It's an app. He's in a box. What's wrong with these people, man? Why is he got in a box? Get him out of the box. And then you've got people that want to jump up and have their opinion, that want to have their opinion. You can't actually hear the person that's been accused as being a wrong and speak, because everyone wants to talk over him and have their say to get recognised and to get a medal. Big up this person. Oh, you're on the FYP. Well done for that. And you're not actually listening to the person that you're calling a wrong and speak, where he's probably saying vile things, where you can get it on screen recording, have a great exposure, and he's basically putting himself in it 100 times. But we can't hear him because everyone else is having their opinion on him. But when you can have your opinion afterwards,
that's it. He threw himself under, he literally, if he'd have been able to speak louder, he would have thrown himself under more so.
Yeah. But listen, I still don't think I don't know who's who on there, do you know what I mean? I just don't think we still could be calling someone a peddler. It's a damaging word. He does have grandchildren. He has said shit, don't get me wrong, yes he has. But whether he's that, you know what I mean? It's something we'll never know, do you know what I mean? Because we don't know who anybody is on there. I think he does come out with a lot of vile shit and things. But that's what I do. And if people haven't even noticed that by now, then you obviously don't watch me. I've had many people in my box, and there's one thing I can't stand is when people jump in the box, want their opinion, and they talk over the person. I've had plenty of people in my boxes, when I've done exposures, and they've just spoken, they've talked, and they're getting, people are screen recording them, they're saying the vile things, they're saying this, they're saying that. But then you get people that just want to shout at them, and it's like, what's that done? It's done nothing. You're on the FYP, but it hasn't actually done anything. Yeah. So we're not that no coach and no Kate. What was the name? No coach. I've got a name now. Remember that woman eternity? That wrong and. She was no comment. That was and then you had, I think, I didn't put a couple of people on purpose because they would have just jumped and shouted out she's a beast and she would have jumped out. Where would it have gotten you? Nowhere. Done. Do you know what I mean? But I wanted to hear what she had to say, because the more she spoke, the more she's just gonna make things worse for herself.
Yeah.
I suppose that's why they say, when you go into police officer, just say no comment when you go to the police station. You say no comment.
You glued up, Angie, when it comes to things like that.
Yeah. I remember once when I said I went out to the police station, I was talking. And when I asked him, I said, how did I do? He goes, I think you spoke too much. I probably criminalised myself like 50 times. But it's true, guys. You just let someone talk. If you think someone's a wrong'un, right? And I'm not. Listen, I don't think he's a peddler. I think it's wrong people calling him that. However, if people think someone's a wrong'un, just put them in your box and let them talk. Why you want to talk over them? You know what I mean? Because
but do you know what, Andrew?
They're just doing it to themselves. I mean, how many times did he come out with vile things? Now
that's what I'm saying.
Video, right?
I kept saying, stop letting him lock himself under the bus. He literally threw himself
under the bus. But there's no point if people are just going to shout over him, and the only person we're going to hear is yourself.
Yeah, I definitely get you angry though. As a fucking arsehole.
I think I'd be amazing.
He's a proper arsehole though. He just get you mad.
But I just feel like this app, people just want to get their opinions across. And they just want recognition. Not you, Eternity, not TC, but they want to look at me, let me get my opinions out on the sky, let me say it, so let me get on FYP. Do you know what I mean? When they're kind of like, well, why don't you just let him speak? But he's just throwing himself under the bus right now, do you know what I mean?
I could probably be one of them because I don't get in the boxes that very often. I want to go rah, 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 get it all out in the open.
It makes no sense about it. Like when a police interviews, they don't start shouting and jump. Do you know what I mean? They have to act a certain way, right? Mm-hmm. When someone's like interviewing someone like that, they speak a certain way because they're not going to get any information out of that person by just shouting and And I don't understand why people do that. You got to listen.
I suppose we could say it's
People
passion.
don't- Yeah, no, but people don't listen. You know, and you can't listen when someone's jumping in and all guns blazing. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I'm going to hold my hands up, and if he gets in the box next time and he pisses me off, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to do exactly the same because I don't like the man.
You know,
I know what I know.
Is when people feel a certain way and they don't want to be here anymore, or you know, they're suffering with their mental health. I notice people just want to get in the box to tell that person, you know, to have their opinions and to kind of get their point across. And it's like, well, people just want someone to talk to. Why don't you just listen? It's weird. I get it's like that. You get the impression they just want to be like get that recognition, like, you know, they want a medal.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, but in terms of David, that's going to be a hard situation when you've got to come back at him because he's horrid.
Yeah, but you got to. I know what you're saying and things, but yeah, I know what you're saying and things, but you got to just like listen because he'll just throw himself under the bus, isn't it?
Well, I bet if you was in front of him, you would have said the same thing.
Do you know what I've just realised?
You're right, Tuesday.
No.
I'm buzzing.
Not alright, because I'm not a mod for any. But I've just realised that David's supporters are obviously in the chat. And because I don't.
He's not. He's 56. He's got COPD. That's why he sounds the way he probably does. Sorry, TC.
No, you're alright, Jay. I love you. You know that. What I'm saying is, I'm not. I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't follow anyone else. I don't go into anyone else's boxes. Like, and then
David, why are you back?
I think it's his mods or his followers that are trolling me.
Is this David?
Listen,
Is this someone else?
Listen, it's not. It's no.
Hello. Hope you're alright, TC. Angie, I'm only asking for myself in the comments. Did you get the receipts?
No.
Couldn't you pass them over?
I told her 17, but then she left the chat, I think. I didn't get them. I thought it was a bit weird, though, Snow. I'm not going to lie, because, you know, when someone's asking about your baby, you usually explain why. How did this conversation started? Why is he asking you these kind of questions? She kind of just disappeared. And I haven't got the receipts.
Yeah, well, normally, like, if you're going to jump up, like, I'm talking for myself, probably others as well. But if you're going to jump up, don't get me wrong, like, this David, he's a creep. Yeah, that's creepy to say that about when you were 16, I bet you was... That's creepy. And the way that he's just spoke to Eternity, I once knew a man who actually spoke like that. He turned out to be a terrible abuser. Anyway, not that I'm putting that on David, but however he speaks, well, he actually he did. He abused her with his mouth.
Angie, I did send you something on WhatsApp.
Normally, if you're going to jump up and accuse somebody of something as bad as that, you're going to have them receipts there, aren't you? You're going to be able to turn around and say, "Oh, throw me in the big box. Here's this, here's that, here's this, here's that," and you're going to have the receipts on you there. I think everyone knows.
She has sent me something on WhatsApp. I've asked her for further, but yeah, she has sent stuff.
So he's just spoke to you, terrible.
Is he always shit about him? Yeah, I'll eat him alive. He's a fucking wrong one, mate.
So can I ask, what was the context why he said that to Alicia?
No, he didn't to Alicia. Well, he's saying he only said it to Alicia, but Kay, one of ours, jumped in the box, said, "David, you're like a broken record." And he went, "Are you 16? Do you want to be broken?" That's what's in my head. That's what I remember him saying. But he's saying that didn't happen, and he only said that to Alicia. What does that say to you?
Yeah, well, why would you say it to Alicia? I don't even understand that kind of mentality to actually say that to her. I mean, she's only a young girl, and that Kay
is it? She sounds like a young girl as well. So why is he saying this to young girls across the app?
Well, I don't know whether she's a young girl or not. Why refer to a 16-year-old to be broken? Makes no sense, apart from what I've said.
Excuse me. Oh, I do have some evidence here. I do have some. I just charged my phone. Oh, okay.
I did send it a while back, but obviously
Sorry, I only just seen it. To me, it's not really evidence though. But I'll put up for everybody else what that little poster where it says "no" means no. That's not a message. That wasn't like in a video.
Yeah, that's what I said to her. I said, "Can you link the account?"
All right, this is what she sent. It's not evidence, but I'll put it up. Right. This is a video apparently he put out. Can you see the bottom there? I'm looking for your baby Jen. Right. So that does not mean that could be any. It doesn't mean anything. That sorry. And then she sent her this, which is David's account, right? So that's all she sent. So she could have just made that poster just now, yeah. So she could have just made that now. To be fair, yeah.
Yeah, it's not exactly
that poster out, a video out, hasn't he? Right. But what gets me here
is Jen still in the comments?
What gets me here is
just asking if Jen's still here.
This is David's account. She has she has requested him, hasn't she? Wait a minute. Yeah, requested because it's got on. She's taken a screenshot of this. Yeah, she's requested him. David has not followed her. Yeah. So whether that was today, I don't know. But he's not accepted that request. Yeah.
Yeah, but could she be requesting him to challenge him? This is what we don't know. Jen, if you're still in here, you need to step up.
There's nothing there at all. We wanted actual messages. So, what she should have done is done a screenshot of this, yeah, with that video that apparently he put up, which is this, which is that. That's what she needs, right? Okay, that's what she wants, right? But if you go into his profile, it's not there. Unless is his account on private? I don't know if his account's on private, but what I'm trying to say is, right, that video that he posted out, no means no, yeah, would be here, right? Would be up here. Do you see what I mean? Would be here. Unless he's on private.
Yeah, plus
he must be on private because she's requested. But however, what I'm trying to say is, how does she get hold of that video? I'm trying to make sense. How does she get hold of this if he's on a private account? Yeah? If David's on a private account, she would not see this. Yeah? And the only time she would see it if she was following him, if he was following her. He is not following her because it's requested. It says requested, which means she's requested to follow him. He has not accepted. Yeah? You get what I'm saying? So how has she seen this poster if he's on private? How has she seen this? So to me, it looks like it's made up. What do you guys think? Am I right with what I'm saying? He's on private, right?
I see exactly what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is here, fix, he's on private, she's requested him, so that could have been from today, I don't know. So he hasn't accepted because it's still requested. So he's on private, got a private account. So how has she seen this video that he put out? Yeah.
You're on private.
If you're on private and
just
he's not
messaged
following
me saying
you would not. Yeah, she would not be able to see this poster that apparently he's put out.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And someone else would have seen that poster. Surely somebody else would have brought this poster up and said, "Well, what's that about, David?" Doesn't make sense, then, does it?
No, I wouldn't say that that's evidence. Myself personally.
With a message from the stars. I've just asked her. Yeah, I've just said to her, "Have you got proof that he's associated with that picture?"
I mean, Emma's the way that he speaks to people alone.
Oh, she said he messaged
though, isn't it?
It's not the way he speaks to people, it's the way he speaks to women.
She said messages as well. She said that he sent her messages. Did she not? Have I got that wrong?
She did, yeah. Yeah, she did. She said you've sent me a message.
She couldn't have sent him messages because he's not even following her. And if he's private, she wouldn't be able to send him a message.
Unless he accepts it.
Unless he accepts it, and you can quite clearly see there with the account she sent Eternity that he's not following her. That's that account. She's he's been private for a while.
There you go. Even Poppy's just said it there. She said he messaged her asking for pics of her baby.
Oh God!
But not on that account. He hasn't. Well, because he hasn't. He's not following her.
I'm not on that either.
So can she prove that he's following her?
We don't know what accounts he's got.
So.
Yeah, I think if you
I don't even have a backup account here.
If you're gonna jump up all guns blazing, you need to jump up with some form of proof.
Yeah, solid evidence.
Over what you're saying, do you know what I mean? If you're calling people,
yeah, I know where you guys are coming from, but overall, even if she's not even telling the truth, he's a fucking wrong-un. He said enough and done.
No, you're not understanding. He might have just gone private, but still, that the account she sent requested. He hasn't accepted the request.
I get what you're saying.
He's wrong. He is wrong. He is. No, I'm not saying Pedlo wrong, but he's wrong.
His mouth is, yeah. And
the way he speaks to women is disgusting.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. The way
you spoke to the fancy, you were sleeping, Angie, but when Angie was sleeping, the way he spoke to Eternity, oh my goodness. I was fuming. I couldn't sleep. He was disgusting.
Jay, how am I going against the grain? She sent evidence. I can't just sit here and say, oh, that's evidence. How is that evidence? He's on private. So how does she see that video if he's on private? That's what she sent. So that video apparently is put out. No way she would have been able to see it. Yeah, I'm just being fair. Yeah, and she said messages, so we need their messages. But there won't be messages if he is not following her. There's more than one account has not been bananaed before. Yeah, but CJ, that's the account she sent, saying that's what it's linked to. That account that's private. Yes, Angie, your brain. Don't listen to these man haters. I mean, yeah, listen, I know that his mouth can be vile. He's in the chat, right? He's requested. Do I put him in? Do you guys want him in?
Yeah, put him in. Yeah.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Can I say something before he jumps in? Right, to everybody in here, we've all heard and seen in many lives and in this life what the man is about. Make your own judgment.
It'll take 10 seconds. It's disgusting.
Mute up, TC.
Hello?
Hi, Angie. Right, I've got a lot of people on this app, right, where I go in, I have a laugh and a joke with people, right, but when I come into your live, when there's banter and whatever, I love to join in and have banter and whatever with people, as you know that, yeah. I can also be a nice guy, right? Now, when I'm getting accused of something that I'm not, then I will screw my head up like Eternity, which I've heard all about Eternity for the past 12 months, that she touches kids. She's touched kids. Right?
Why are you
What
starting
Go
to
again, you dirty fucking
Never mind,
pervert
yeah.
rat. Go fuck
want to
yourself.
accuse me of something,
David,
I'll
you can't be
accuse
going
her.
around with this. This is your problem.
But this is what I do, Angie. If someone accuses me of something, I'll vice versa, and I'll accuse that person of doing exactly the same thing. Because you know what? It's not true. It's not true, right? Now, you just had a photo shoot of my login. I am on private. I've got aeroplane lock on it. So whatever people want to take photos and videos of it, that's their problem. But like I says, Angie, I came on here 3 years ago and my name was actually, oh God, what was my name? Because I was getting paid loads off this app, and I also worked with a woman who works with Tony Official named Sarah, right? We was getting these fucking wrongers off the fucking app. But all of this now is coming at me because I attacked Michelle for having her son in a live box and people gifting him. This is where this is all coming from, Angie. And they're all protecting Michelle. Do you know what I'm saying? They're all protecting her. And
Can I
this
ask
is
you a
where they're
question
all
now,
coming
please?
from. No, seriously, this is where they're all coming from because they're protecting Michelle. They all know that Michelle was in the wrong for putting her
I'm only
son
saying
in the
Michelle
box.
because you know Angie don't like
She
her.
put
You're
her
gaslighting
son,
Angie.
she
Stop.
put her son in a live box on his own and people was gifting him, right? That's what this is all about, Ange. That's what all this is all about, that I'm a nonce, I'm a this and I'm that, right? I've been on here for over 3 years. There's a guy in Dudley, right? There was a guy in Dudley. We fought to get him off this fucking app. Do you know what? We got him off the app and they sent him back to America.
Angie, can I ask a question?
A guy called Mark back to America.
Just jump in, yeah.
Well, I don't want to interrupt. David, did you just say you've worked with Tony to get paedophiles off this app?
No, I didn't work with Tony. No, I didn't work with Tony. Is what it was. I used to work on this app and I used to share the profiles with the people that was predator hunters. And I used to share it with them to get these people off the fucking app.
Oh, okay.
That's what I used to do. So I never worked with Tony now, but I've known Tony for about 2.5 years.
Listen, let's not speak on Tony.
I've known Tony.
Yeah, I don't think you should speak on Tony.
I've known Tony since he started up his
Yes, David,
business,
but let's not talk on Tony because I don't think he's happy with you, so let's not go there.
So can I ask you a question then, David? Because I've got absolutely nothing to do with Michelle. I'm just here because I just listened to the way that you just spoke to the lady underneath me. And
that's cool.
I was quite curious as to if you have been doing work around the app and helping out with getting these people off the app and stuff, which I did do that myself at one point. Why would you find that it's absolutely acceptable to say to a young lady on the app about getting broken at the age of 16?
A young lady? What did I say to a young lady?
Well, you said it yourself before I actually listened to you, what you said. She said to you, you're like a broken record, and then you turned around and said something about her getting broken. I bet you was broken at the age of 16 or something. And
have you got me mixed up with someone else?
No, you just said that.
No, I said to Alicia, you're probably broken, which she's 35. 36. You're probably broken at the age of 16.
You said it
That's
to
what I
a girl
said.
called Kay.
No, I never did. Can you bring that proof up, please? Can you bring that proof up? Because it's only one person.
Like I said,
no, you can't. So shut your mouth.
Listening.
Shut your mouth and stop causing shit.
Don't tell me to shut my mouth.
Shut your mouth and stop causing
No. Don't be talking to
okay?
me like I'm a fucking dickhead. All right?
You are a dickhead because you
You're
can't
a
provide
fucking dickhead.
proof.
You're a dickhead. You're the one who's sat here
Bring the
getting called a
proof. Bring the
paedophile and
proof, so
everything.
I'll send that.
Munter.
Bring it. Bring the proof.
I ain't got no proof.
David, I'm going to kick you out now
Just
again.
actually
I
listening
was
to
going to
you.
ask him to apologise. I was going to ask him to apologise then.
Oh, do you want me to put him back in?
I want him to apologise to Snell for what he just said.
Fact of the matter
I
is,
don't want no apology. Listen, I don't need an apology off a man like that. Do you know what? I'm not being funny or not, right? I've dealt with men like him. I can imagine that his missus has probably left him because he's probably literally called her fit to burn for years on end. So, you know, he'll end up on his fucking own anyway.
Someone said, why are you giving me airtime? It's not about giving someone airtime because you're calling them wrong. Sometimes you can throw yourself on, you know, if someone comes in the box, if you think it's wrong and he's going to throw himself under the bus, and he has done many times tonight, hasn't he?
Do you know what? He needs to apologise to Eternity because the way he spoke to Eternity 2 weeks ago was, and I still kind of get it out of my head, he spoke to Eternity, you was asleep, Ange, but he spoke to Eternity absolutely disgusting, and I can't forget it. It was awful.
I mean, I just don't see how he can run around the app being this big saviour of getting dirty people off the app, and then sit there and think that it's acceptable to be telling women that they were broken at the age of 16 and stuff like that, because they're the type of people that the likes of Tony would have gone for.
Angie, can you do me a favour? Tomorrow.
Yes.
Someone else has just said, you're just as bad as being Sammy's mod. I don't even know who Sammy is.
TC, stop.
TC, they're just trolling you. Honestly, don't look at the comments. If they're upsetting you, don't look at the comments. It'll probably be people who support Tony.
No one's mod.
Tony. Sorry, Tony. Sorry, mate. Whatever his name is, David.
I was Chloe's mod, and then once she went against Angie, that was it. I was out. No, I was out.
Honest to God, TC, please don't look at the comments. They come for you all day, every day. Not you, but I mean anybody who's in the box. Anybody.
I'm just a tired mum. Don't
get me wrong. Most of them are all... No, but most of them are all good, but you get the odd one, so just ignore them.
I don't even know who this Tammy is. Just do me, Eddie. Because they could have added me as a mod and I don't even know about it. How do you check where you're a mod? Does anyone know?
Snell, tell her. How much shit have you gone through?
Hello.
Tammy is who you
I have a lot, love. Every time I get in the box, I get called fit to burn, because when I very first came onto TikTok, like I've been on a little while, I was just like sitting in the comments, and then I would jump
this is really affecting me now.
That's got to be the worstest platform I could have ever jumped on in my life.
No,
and I'm still 4 years down the line, I'm still getting the repercussions now.
But they're saying old school something is Jimmy Savile. Who you mod for? And I've not.
Oh, don't let them upset you, love. Seriously. Don't let them upset you. Just don't look at the comments. Look away from your phone, girl.
Yeah, you can actually just swipe left or right, you know.
No, but can I go on to their whoever that I'm modding for? Because if they've added me as mod, I don't even know who they are.
Explaining Sammy as Sammy Savile. I did an awareness on that person once.
Can someone
he's basically a man that he goes around saying that he's Jimmy Savile, or Jimmy Savile's nephew.
Can someone inbox me, please? Can someone inbox me, please, so I can check?
Yeah, do you know who that's Jimmy Savile? I mean, that Sammy Savile was.
No, I don't know anyone on there.
Yeah, he says he's
claiming that he's Jimmy Savile's
nephew. Or
wouldn't mind though. He looks a little bit similar, doesn't he?
Moderation list. I don't know how to do.
Yeah, he dresses like him and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, the similarities. I thought he was actually telling the truth. Was he not telling the truth?
Him?
I wouldn't claim to be anything to do with Jimmy Savile.
I'm private, so surely somebody can't mod me without me accepting it.
TC, listen, I've just been told that the comments that are making comments referring to you are all 00 accounts, so they're actually trolls. Don't feed into them, just ignore them.
There you go.
It does affect
the thing is, we only can block what we can block.
Horrible thing.
The thing is, TC, we only can block because if there's so many, we do what we can block. Block them. But if there's, there is 2K in there. Do you know what I mean? There's only so much we can do.
Well, the ones that are saying it,
because we always block 00 accounts.
Look, at the end of the day, feel flattered that they're coming for you.
Do you know what, TC?
They're more affected by you than you are them. Fuck them.
Do you want me do you want me to send the comments, TC? Are you okay in the box?
no, I just want to make sure that I'm private, so I can't be modded, can I? If I'm private.
No, I don't think that you can. I'm not too sure.
I don't know how to do it.
I can't see you sitting in Sammy's box in his box order.
I'm not a mod. Trust me, I've never edited the account, and I'm not a mod for anyone. I don't want.
No notice, love. It's trolls. People are just.
AJ's putting eternity.
Piss off, AJ. You know you love me.
For God's sake.
No, I'm going to block him now. Angie, get me block him for 5 minutes.
Oh, well, that was interesting.
Right, click share. Click setting. Click scroll down.
Well, anyway, guys, you can have your own opinion on David. You know what I mean? He said a lot tonight.
He used to have a picture, Angie, where he used to look like he had a big, blonde wig on.
He sent me.
No, that David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually seen a photo of him for the first time.
Getting.
He looks nothing like it.
Moderation.
Doesn't he?
No.
Oh no. I don't know even who these are. Ames Recovery. The only people I've got are Ames Recovery and Italy Recovery.
Eternity?
I don't even know who they are.
The Eternity, are you sure that's him in the photos? Because he said he's 56. What you sent me?
I didn't send you a photo.
Oh, someone sent me photos of what David looks like, but I don't think that's him because he said he's 56, and that guy that I've seen looks like he's in his 40s.
No, I'm not sending you a photo.
I thought he had a mask on in his picture, and then he said, "No, that's me." I said, "Is that your area?"
If you remember when he first come to the app, he tried to put wigs and masks on like he was misread and EQ. Do you remember? He was weird.
Yeah. Well, she just said he looked like the Grim Reaper.
Yeah. I remember I felt a bit sorry for him when I first met him because he's got that COPD.
Oh, piss off. My dad's got it. You don't feel sorry for me.
No, when I first met him, when he first came on that. He said that I felt sorry.
No,
but I always thought he sounded older, so I thought maybe that was a COPD,
He didn't shut up. He's got a terrible mouth on him now. He speaks to people like a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, true, does.
You're too soft, Angela.
Yeah. Oh dear. Oh man. That was crazy.
He spoke to you terrible.
AJ, why would you say such a thing? Is he a cross-dresser? I'm just wondering, do you know what? I've had lots of inboxes and messages asking where his wife is. That's my worry. Oh, sorry, that's my dog, Frankie, snoring. Not my friend Frankie, my dog. Frankie! Yeah, she stopped. Oh, she started again.
Yeah, it's Colin. Do you know what? I'm with you on that. He's got a terrible mouth.
Huh?
Got a terrible mouth on him.
Oh, it's Friday tomorrow, isn't it?
It is. I'm driving to Wales tomorrow.
Oh, gosh. What, in the morning?
No, after the kids leave school.
Right, I think I might go to bed now.
Right, so good night, everybody.
Night,
Cheers,
guys.
Right, cheers for the live, Ange. Good night, God bless everyone.
Night, everybody. See you in the morning. I know today's already Friday. Night, guys.